Oh my gosh, Merry Christmas. I really, honestly, I don't know when the last time I posted a video. I'm really bad. Life got a little crazy, both, with kids and life, and with, from a psychology point of view, lots of stuff I was working on. So I don't know, I just didn't want to make videos, but I am here to make a video. So for those of you that do not know me, my name is Kate, and I had my weight loss surgery May 12th, 2014. My highest weight was 390. My current weight is 277. Wah, wah, wah. I was 274, but 'tis a season to drink, really. So I have been partaking in liquor and some, fine cheeses and some like Sailor Moon shit going on here. I just got out of the shower, so sorry. Yeah, just, festivities. I had some chocolates and I had some, did I mention alcohol? And, cured meats and stuff like that. And really I can get all those in, so Merry Christmas to me. So I've gone up about 3 pounds in the last 2 weeks, and I totally gave myself permission to do that because it was the holidays, and I think on a scale of the damage I would have normally done versus my consumption and the damage that I have done here, if you even want to look at it as damage, they're non-comparable. So I think you have to be realistic when you're looking at this. You are so good up to, surgery date because you just want to be accepted. For Christ's sakes, I'm going to do anything I can to get accepted. And then you get your surgery and you're really, really good because weight's falling off and you don't have any choice but to eat restrictively. And then you start to live a life of a weight loss patient, and that has, normal ups and downs of how anyone else would live their life. You have dinners that you can't control, you have moods that you can't control, and events in your life that you can't control. So what you can control is how much you're going to beat yourself up about it and how much permission you're going to give yourself. And I mean, when I say that I sort of went off the rails, it was with permission from myself. And it was hardly off the rails. It's just, I'm going to be mindful of what I'm eating. I'm not just going to, mindlessly ram shit into my mouth, which I did catch myself doing. But it's the season of indulgence, and I am still, a fat mindset in a slightly smaller body. So there are habits that are going to be there, and there are things that I do just out of habit and sheer not paying attention. And because I, am slightly gluttonous by nature, and I decided that if I wanted to have 2 ciders or 3 ciders or 6 glasses of wine, I was going to do it, even though it's 200 calories with each blessed glass. There, is a week coming up. This is sort of our detox week in our house, where we seek out vegetables and fruits and non hors d'oeuvre type things, where we start looking for non-rich foods. And yeah, it's detox week. So I don't really care what I ate from yesterday, prior 2 weeks ago. And again, it really wasn't that bad, because I think I used to gain about 10 to 15 pounds in this season, and this season would not yet be over. I think I would stop this season after our fine Orthodox stop their Christmas. So they have theirs on the 6th, and I would party right along with them. So I'm happily done. So let's talk about some stuff. So I'm at about 113 pounds down since February. And I don't know. I went in at my surgery at 360. You all do the math. I don't care anymore. I do care about the fact that my starting weight was 390 and I'm at, like, in my twos, quite into my twos at 277. And so I'm freaking happy. So let's talk. I have some notes. Let's talk about some non-scale victories, because the weight's really easy, but you start to slow down at this point, and I've kind of been hanging out at 277 to 274 for quite some time. 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And probably just lack of exercising, and I haven't been eating enough. You get really busy this time of year, and because I still don't feel hunger, I keep going and I get coffee. And someone put the words moo on my coffee cup, and I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean, other than I have some milk in mine. But let's hope it's that, and they didn't find me utterly attractive. Okay, so non-scale victories. I have been walking the mall like a mofo. Both my husband and I should mention something. My husband got his sleeve. Do you like that? All the time. October 31st, Halloween of 2014. He is now down to 40 pounds down. And he's doing really well. He's a guy. I may or may not be secretly feeding him lipids while he sleeps, but he's a guy, and he's going to lose weight way faster than I will. And he's like thinned out way faster than I will. So it's not really a competition, even though we do have a friendly little banter. So we never did malls ever. I would say the last year. Every fucking time. Dogs. The last year prior to my surgery, maybe a year and a half, because my joints ached so bad, I absolutely couldn't do that. I would sweat like a pig before I even got from the car to the mall, and then it was horrible, so I didn't do that. My husband got what he refers to as mall back, and it's kind of like a pregnancy waddle that he would do. And we just both hated it. So if I had to go somewhere, I knew exactly where the entrance was. I went in. If I had to, if I couldn't find like a big box outdoor store that I could just like drive up and get out, I used to do a lot of online shopping because that was a better option for me. But the shipping to Canada really blows, and it sometimes can be expensive. So we went to the States 13th of December. I did the outlet mall, which we really have never done before. We did attempt it once, and that was an epic fail. This time I just sort of said, park wherever you want to park, and we'll just walk, which I think was alarming to him, because I was always the drop my fat ass off at the door and meet me here, and then later you can go get the car and take the bags with you. I didn't care. I walked everywhere. I was not out of breath. I was not in pain. And I was like, want to do another lap, or where can we go now? So we did do the outlet. And then we were bored with that. And my ring. And I'm a hot mess. And then we went over to the Walden Galleria, and we did the entire Walden Galleria. Stopped for lunch at the Cheesecake Factory, which I had never been to. And it's so crazy to order an appetizer and only eat half of it. But I did take home cheesecake because I'm at the Cheesecake Factory and it was my first time. And I think it's a mandatory rule that every Cheesecake Factory virgin has to take home a cheesecake. So I did take home, not a cheesecake, I took home a slice of cheesecake, and I ate a couple of bites at the restaurant, I ate a couple of bites when we got back to the hotel, I ate a couple of bites before I went to bed, ate a couple of bites for breakfast, and then my husband ate some. That's pretty amazing, because I would have had an appetizer, a meal, and a damn cheesecake and probably taken one to go. So, yay for me and victories at eating a cheesecake over the course of 24 hours. A piece. So we did that. I was able to carry a ton of bags. I was able to do stairs. It was mind-blowing, actually, the amount of energy. When we got back to the hotel, I said, "You want to go for a swim?" It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. So that's awesome. I can cross my legs. I can sit Indian style or crisscross applesauce. I can cross my leg over the other. I can tuck my leg up when I'm sitting. I did that at Starbucks the other day and then realized that I am sitting with my leg up at my chest. Like, it was... I fit into a booth anywhere, anytime, no problem. So that's amazing. I look normal in a room. I look normally fat, acceptably fat. I don't know. I feel that I am in line with other peers and those people around me, and I don't notice the whoa, damn reaction when I walk into places. So that's nice that I kind of feel like I look socially acceptable. I bought some new Chucks, some 1-stars, Converse, whatever you want to call them. And I bought lace-ups because I can tuck my foot up and tie my lace, and I don't need to worry about how I'm going to take these off at somebody's house and then stick my arse in the air and in a weird, off-balanced, unsteady, sweaty mess tie them up when I leave. Or, just take my shoes and walk out barefoot. I got a pair of boots, high boots, that I can wear with my skirt, and tights. So that was awesome. I went on a field trip with the kids at school, and I was able to get on the bus, walk down the aisle, fit in the seat, have 2 other kids sit with me in the seat, and not feel like they'd stuffed an Oompa Loompa into like a shoebox. That was awesome. None of the kids also gave me that, damn, your mom is huge look, which they have before. It was just like, hey, you're so-and-so's mom, and that was awesome. I was also productive on the field trip. They took us on a wagon ride out to buckfuck nowhere, and then they let us off, and we were looking at, like, stuff. And I thought, well, the wagon should be coming back any time now, and it did not. You were walking back, and I was super happy that at that point I had lost 75 pounds, because I would have just been like, kids, save yourself. I'll be here till spring or the next tractor comes around. No problem. No crazy breathing, no sucking the life source out of a water bottle. It was great. I even offered to take kids to the bathroom and go and get coffee for us because it was raining and freezing, and yeah, that meant walking pretty much most of a farm to go get that. What else? I can pick any stall I want to pee in. That's amazing. I don't have to worry about waiting for the handicap stall or anything. I just go where I want. What do I eat now? People want to know what you eat. Everybody wants to know, what do you eat? I pretty much eat anything and everything, as you can tell with my 4-pound gain. Meat is a bit of a bitch. So yesterday I had a really, really lean and, I can't say lean, but tender and really juicy piece of roast beef. And I take the end parts that are sort of falling apart there. And I was able to eat like 2 ounces of that. I don't think I consume a whole lot, and I think that's a lot of my problems with my stalls, is that I don't consume a lot. Yesterday I did, and I thought I was going to die. Today, I have no interest in eating at all, so I think I'm still full. The other night I had same. It was like a roast. It was really tender. I had 3 ounces of that, and I also had a crab leg, which was probably about 1.5 ounces of meat. And that went down fine. I still cannot tolerate eggs. Well, I can if they're egg whites. If it's the full egg, I don't know. I don't know if the yolk is too fatty or too heavy. It's not really any source of nutrients anyways when it comes to protein, so it keeps my cholesterol down, and I can probably eat 2 egg whites as opposed to half a scrambled egg, if I was just to have the whole egg. It also sits really heavy. I don't know, I just don't enjoy eggs. Yogurt, same thing. It just sits like the first 2 spoons and it is just sitting there. So I sort of avoid that too. I'm still pretty shitty with my protein, and it's not specifically with my protein. I'm shitty with eating. So as I mentioned before, I don't have a hunger hormone or the desire to eat, so I can go several hours and then I'm like, why do I feel like shit? You start feeling like you're going to pass out, and I get sweaty, and I'll bend down to help a kid, and then when I stand up, I don't even know who the hell I am. And then I realize I probably haven't eaten in the last 14 hours. So that's my bad. Do as I say, not as I do. Eat your protein. I'm back on being able to tolerate a protein drink now. So before I couldn't. They were too sweet. I still have problems with sweet. I still have problems with rich food. And it stops my ability to consume well before I'm full. So it's just I'm so overwhelmed with it being rich, and it doesn't have to be something sinful. It could be like I had onion soup, just the broth, no cheese, no bread, and I just found it too rich. And so where you think you could be able to get about a cup of soup in, I probably got, I don't know, 2/3 of a cup, maybe. And then my daughter ate it after consuming everything else that she ate. Still kind of shitty with my pills, but I am terrified of losing my teeth. So I'm not so terrified of breaking a hip at 90 due to osteoporosis, but I am afraid of losing teeth. And when I really thought about my lack of calcium, I immediately thought about my sister who has lost several teeth because of malnutrition. And I don't know, there was an aha moment, even though I'm not an uneducated person when it comes to nutrition. But it was all of a sudden like, if I don't eat my calcium, I am not going to have my teeth. So, back on the calcium. And who cares? If it's because of your teeth, then it's because of your teeth. So I take a calcium pill and I'm fine. I still have to take a Centrum Chewable instead of a prenatal, because they still do make me sick at, I don't know, what are we, 7 months out? So whatever. I'm supposed to take my iron, but that just wreaks havoc with my colon. And quite frankly, I'm just too busy to worry about shitting myself in public, so I don't take the iron. If I have to, I'll go get an infusion, but so far it's all right. What else am I going to talk about here? Okay, so this is still a head game. Absolutely still a head game. Totally knew that. But anybody sitting here who is newly out or contemplating, and I'm sorry this is long, but I haven't been here for a few months. It's still, your habits are still there. Your fat girl tendencies are still there. Your trigger foods are still there. I still do not eat chips. I still do not drink pop, because I would go batshit crazy. Your body changes every day, regardless if you're losing weight or not, especially at this point where you've kind of lost around that 100-pound mark. Now your body starts to sit differently and respond differently. You're able to do different things with your body, like walk on your tippy toes, or kind of prop yourself up onto something that you weren't, like a countertop or something, and that would have been, you wouldn't have even thought of that. That just would have looked hideous. So you're able to do these things, and it is still very much overwhelming sometimes. Reactions that people have that don't know I've had surgery and haven't seen me in a while is that I look younger or I look happier. And probably both. Okay, the younger thing is I think I carried so much fat here, like if we like do this, that now I look happy or rested because there's not so much weight here. So maybe that's why they think I look rested or younger. I feel younger, so that's good. I don't think your skin quality would say you're younger, but I do feel it. And yeah, I am happier with a lot of things. I'm happy that I can like just shove on a pair of clothes and zip up a pair of boots and run out of the house and feel like I'm not the freak. Yeah. Feel like I'm not the freak. I could pull up beside someone in my car and they're not like, holy shit, you are in your car, ma'am. I can, put a safety belt on and do normal activities, and yes, there is no way that wouldn't make you happy. If you're talking about, changing your relationship or your even your relationship with yourself, that takes a lot of time, and the tool alone will not make you happy. My relationship with Mark is still amazing, and we never had a problem with our relationship, so I think that's not why we are headed for bariatric divorce. We joke about it all the time that there is a high rate of bariatric divorce. But as I said before, I think it's because the relationship wasn't stable, and a lot of people just did what they had to do to stay together because they didn't have any other option. Perhaps this was the only person that they thought was going to love them, that they were deserving of. And definitely that shit changes after. So I'm thankful every day that my marriage was tight to begin with and the relationship was tight to begin with. And even though everything around us is changing, we still are good. So I'm lucky. Want to do a body shot? We'll do a body shot. So it's not perfect. So anyone that thinks that this is going to be perfect, yikes. It's not perfect, but it's different. So you're going to have to go back and look at some of my body shots before. I'm actually going to try a shirt on for you that I took a body shot in just before surgery. And you guys can do your comparison because there is no editing here. I just don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Okay. Hi, puppies. Do we have good lighting here? Oh, we don't have a good angle of the dangle, but let's just keep backing up and see what happens. Can you see me? Oh, you guys got a little booby shot. Here's for all you freaks out there. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but the lighting's bad. Everything's bad. So, I'm wearing some detox pants. Okay, so yeah. Oh, yeah, you like that? We got like definition, and then so I keep my kids in line. But you know what? Who gives a shit? My shirt that I tried on before, I don't think is legally accepted when working with children. But we'll try it on. So it's over another shirt. Never wore it over another shirt. Because I believe there's nipplicious way. I think when you see in the other video, I think it came like to here, and then I just filled it. My shirt. I'll give you a back view. I'll take my arms out. Again, I'm wearing it with leisure pants, but who gives a shit? And I don't really wear these anymore. Does anyone remember these? Let's put it on. I wore these to, ironically, hide my arms, which I probably should be hiding now. This used to never do up. Well, it doesn't do up, but would never come together. It was probably out to here. And then, like, my arms, like, were tight in here. Like, tight. And I most certainly could never have done that. Okay, so your balance, still a problem, fat or not. So this is what 100 pounds down looks like. So I promise that I will do some more videos, and they won't be 25 minutes, but thank you all for your support, and to everyone who's waiting on the other side of the bench. It comes really fast, and it's so worth it. And I love my new life. Thanks, guys. Take care.